So even though I scored everything 20 on my digital SAT, I couldn't help but wonder where my 80 points went. Hi, I'm Balma, and if you've watched my 2 previous videos, then you know I'm on my journey to help you ace and crash the digital SAT. And in today's video, I'll be telling you about 8 mistakes I made that may have cost me my 80 points on the digital SAT. So without further ado, let's just get into the video. The first mistake I made that cost me about 10 points maybe is not reading passages closely enough. So for context, you should know that I had a 740 on the reading and writing section and a 780 on the math section. So for the reading and writing section, I think I wasn't able to read the passages closely because I was thinking, you know what, I don't want to run down on time. I want to hurry up and finish. I want to run. So I didn't read the passages very thoroughly. So I'm sure this may have caused me to miss a few important details which were probably in the first and last lines. Yes, I'd say for you, the first and last lines mostly contain like the relevant information and the main ideas and everything that you need to know. So you should pay attention, especially to those, but that notwithstanding, you should read the entire passage thoroughly, but try not to be slow. The second thing I did that may have caused me to lose maybe 10 points is my overconfidence in math. So when I was preparing for the test, during the practice test and going through the college board question bank, when I see a question, right, I'm like, you know what, if I see it on the test, I'll know what to do. Get? So I don't really like try to learn because I think, you know what, I'm smart enough, and if I see the question, I should be able to tackle it. Well, this wasn't the case for all the questions, because since I had 780 in math, I think I got 2 questions wrong. I know that's not how it's calculated, but I think there are 2 questions that I know I didn't know the answers to, and those were the last 2 questions on module 2 of math. That is like question 21 and question 22 on module 2. So for question 21, I had seen a question on that whole topic, that style, before, right? But it was one of those questions that I was like, you know what, this question looks too complicated, it won't come, and if it comes, I'll know what to do. I cannot stress myself like right now. If it comes, I can be able to do it. But it came and I was low on time because it's question 21, 21st question on the module 2, and I was low on time and I was panicking and I didn't know what to do because I was overconfident, too confident to even admit the fact that I did not know how to solve such a question and that I should learn it. And as for question 22, I had never seen a question like that. I didn't know what to do, so I just guessed. So don't be too confident. Learn. If you see something you don't know how to solve, learn it, I think. So another thing that I did that cost me some points probably was relying too much on mental math. We had scratch papers for solving, but somebody thought she was an odoku in math. Somebody thought she was, I don't know what she thought she was. I am somebody. But instead of writing like my solutions to some of the questions, I decided, you know what, that is a waste of time. I'll use my head to solve it. I was just solving in my head as I was going. I sent a Casio calculator. I had decimals and a scratch paper. I wasn't writing. I was just using my head and the small calculator. That is not the way to go, guys. This is all part of the overconfidence. Don't rely too much on your own mental math. Write down your solutions. You have 2 papers, 2 A4 sheets that you can fill with all your solutions, yet somebody chose not to. Please don't be somebody. The next thing that I did, right, that may have cost me some points was not reviewing my answers, guys. So in module 1 of English, that's reading and writing and math, I finished like far before time. I had so many minutes spare. But tell me why I was feeling lazy to go back and review, because I thought, well, when I was answering, well, I didn't just like get up and choose an answer. I must socially analyze, right? So I basically didn't review my answers for the ones I finished before time, right? But you should always go over. Like, it's never a mistake to go over. Another thing was letting test anxiety get to me. If you've written WASI or any major test before this, or even any WAEC test or any difficult test, you should know that that test is far more difficult than the SAT is. So you shouldn't let the SAT get to you that much. Don't let test anxiety kick you down like it did me. I said before, the question 21 of math module 2 was a question that during my practice test, I was like, if I see it, I can solve it. But guess what? Somebody was anxious during her test and in fact could not solve it. So do not be somebody who's second guessing my answers. So there was this particular question on the reading and writing section, right? It was one of those questions that there's a passage and then they ask you like what the passage implies and like to assume, like those kind of things, no? But then there were two options in the options that I thought were perfect fits, right? They were A and C. So I didn't know. So after analyzing the question, I was like, nah, it has to be C. I chose C and I was like, no, A. So I was just going A, C, A, C. And mind you, I had flagged this question, so it was the last thing I tackled. So it was A, C, A, C, A, C, A, C. So finally I chose A. And then the timer just went, okay, your time is up. Let's just get ready for whatever. And I was like, no, I should have chosen C. Listen, before you choose your answer, you analyze carefully and then you don't second guess. Like, just trust your gut. If you feel in your gut that the answer is C, go with C. If you feel like it's A, go with A. Okay, don't be saying A, but it can be A, it can be A, it can be. Please, no, thank you. Another thing that I did that may have cost me about a few points maybe was not using the highlighter tool. Guys, I did not know there was a highlighter tool. I didn't know. I never knew. And someone told me recently that there's a whiteboard tool that you can also use as your scratch paper. I didn't know that either, but let's fixate on the highlighter tool for now. I didn't know about it too, so I didn't use it. And then you see there are a lot of English passages that the highlighter tool can help you with, like especially the ones with bulleted points that they ask you what conclusion you can draw from the experiment, similarities, differences, and the ones that they'll be like text 1 and text 2, and they'll be like what the person in text 2 say about the one in text 1, right? You need a highlighter tool to like say that, okay, this is an important point, this is an important point. But let's just move on. It's over. One last thing that I did that I was very guilty of, that may have cost me a number of points, was being too lazy to review my practice test properly. Please don't be me. You see, if you've watched my previous videos, these videos, you know that I keep saying that you should review your practice tests, and if you get a question wrong and then you review and still don't understand, go to Khan Academy. But here was the case where when I'm done with the test and maybe I get some answers wrong, I will go and look at the correct answer, but I won't look at the explanation. I won't go to Khan Academy to learn. I won't do this, I won't do that. I won't try to solve questions like that. I was just looking at the correct answer, so I didn't know why it's correct or something. And that is such a bad habit, because you can meet a question that you've met before and still not know. What's worse than that? Solving a past question only to meet the same question or a similar question and still not knowing what to do. Guys, don't be me. So in conclusion, all I'm saying is that please avoid these mistakes. If you found this video helpful, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more helpful study tips and SAT tips and all that. And please put in the comment section mistakes that you think you're very prone to making, so that every time someone likes it or something, you'll be reminded not to make that same mistake. And all the best in your upcoming test. I'm rooting for you, and I love you so much.